Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day and I hope you had a great holiday season and I hope 2022 is going to be fabulous for you. A lot of people already started 2022 with a lot of anxiety with the Omicron and the COVID cases rising all over the world. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. What's going to happen is over the next couple of years, you're going to see this stuff happen all the time. You're going to constantly hear about viruses. What's next? There could be bacteria, there could be fungi infections, all of that stuff. But we should never forget one thing. While the Omicron is there, the COVID is there, we should never forget one thing. Your immune system, the fundamentals. The world can get as complicated as it wants to. You've seen that complication and extremes hit you from the time the COVID started about 2.5 years ago. You've seen all the complications, all the speculations of so-called experts and everything. Most of it never happened. In fact, the opposite happened. Well, while all of that happens, you can, drown out the noise by focusing on the intelligence that you have within you. Okay, yes, where there's good medicine, take it. Medicine can save lives. Steroids can help you when it's given the right way, tapered off the right way, and basically good, honest medicine. It's needed, but never forget your immune system, the fundamentals of human health. Any disease that you have involves a breakdown of the immune system or inflammation out of control. Inflammation is a part of your immune system. They're not different things. So no matter what's happening in the world, drown out the noise, drown out all of that stuff that's making you anxious and scared. And if there's one thing you should be focusing on, it's your immune system. And how do we know that? What's the difference between people who got COVID and didn't get COVID? What's the difference between people who survived COVID and died of COVID? What is the difference between people who got COVID but they were asymptomatic and they sailed through it? And some people got COVID and it's disabled them for months and months, even after they've tested negative. What's the difference? Your immune system. It is only your immune system. What worked for people when they had COVID, when there was no vaccination yet in the world? Their immune system again. So no matter how the world or social media tries to move your mind and, distract you with complication and all of that stuff, never forget the fundamentals of nature. And you are a product of nature, and that is your immune system. All of us are born with an intelligence within us. We have to activate that intelligence. For some people, it may not work. For most people, it will. We're going to learn today how to activate your immune system. The research coming along with Omicron and basically all diseases, it's just that the media likes to pull up a little bit of research and stuff like that. What is medicine saying about this? We need to activate your T cells, your T cell lymphocytes. This is part of your immune army. And why do we need to activate this? Because this directly affects the way your immune system or your immune army works. Your T cells activate certain immune functions to help you fight. Your T cells can directly kill viruses and infected cells. Your T cells can also destroy other cells which are affecting you. So basically, your T cells are your soldiers. They are your soldiers. Despite whatever medication, vaccinations, whatever you're taking, I don't have a problem with that. My point is, if you're unable to activate your T cells, what's the explanation for everyone who's double vaccinated, boosters, cocktails, they've tried everything and they're still getting it? What's their body trying to tell them? Your immune system isn't trained to help you. You got to understand that. You can take all the vaccinations in the world, and you should, if that's your country's rules and whatever it is, you follow the rules of your country. You have a debate or you have a point to debate on, that's separate. My point is, that's not the only thing. That's not foolproof. Vaccinations are not foolproof. You still, over and above your vaccinations, you have to engage your immune army through your lifestyle. And we're going to learn how to do that today, how you activate your T cells. And your T cells don't just play a role with COVID or Omicron, they play a role with cancer, infections, bacterial infections, dangerous pathogens that get into your system. It's your first and last line of defense in the human body. So let's talk about how you can activate it. Number one, you can spend money on alcohol, you can spend money on smoking, on handbags, on Rolex watches, on cheap entertainment and all of that stuff. I don't have a problem. You got to start spending money on a lab test and get your vitamin D levels checked. Period. You need to know what your vitamin D levels are. There is enough of medical science showing you the link between your vitamin D and your T cells, your vitamin D and your immune system, your vitamin D and your hormonal health, your vitamin D and your brain health, your vitamin D and everything, not just your bones. So you got to get that test done. You got to look at your levels. And if you're deficient, which most people are, every day I see patients, 1 in 2 patients have low vitamin D levels, period. You cannot recover. You cannot get better. You can get better symptomatically because of all the heavy chemical drugs that you take that help you with your symptoms. But you can never bring about true recovery if your vitamin D levels are low, period. Whether you have PCOS, you have an autoimmune condition, you have cancer, you have Alzheimer's, you have weak bones, you are on heavy treatment, you need vitamin D. So you spend that money and you get your vitamin D test done, period. There are some of you that live in countries where it's not covered by insurance. That's okay. Your insurance will be your vitamin D, your levels being high enough. Medical science has known this for the longest time, the importance of vitamin D. But like I said in my previous videos, how come no one's putting focus on this? How come no one's putting limelight on this? Because it helps. It helps. So you get your vitamin D levels checked. If they're low, your doctor will give you a prescription, or your functional medicine doctor or your nutrition will give you a prescription of how much vitamin D to take. Now, if your levels, let me give you an example of an Indian report where the reference range is 30 to 100. You're below 30, you're insufficient, you're deficient, get it fixed. It's critical. Some people have levels of 1 to 2. Critical, your immune system is disabled, literally. If your levels are about 40, 45, 50, which is above range but towards the lower range, get it fixed. If the upper range is 100, you should be anywhere between 70 and 90. At the same time, don't overdo it because you don't want to go over 100. It becomes toxic for you. Remember, vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means it stays in your fat. So you don't want too much of it, so get your levels done. If your doctors give you a vitamin D, get it. If not, get into sunlight and watch your levels come up. If you live in countries where you don't have sunlight, you have to supplement, period. I love how people are scared of supplements when they need to take it for the right reasons, but they're not scared of junk food, they're not scared of sugar, they're not scared of all the other rubbish that's being sold to them, but they question a vitamin D supplement. If you're low and you need to supplement, you got to do it, period. Okay, keep it real, get your thinking in place, get your priorities in place, and understand if you are deficient in vitamin D, you won't believe the amount of children who have come to us with autism, who have come to us with defects, not hit their milestones, and their vitamin D levels have been critically low. They've been told they'll never hit their milestones. And we have live cases. Some of them are watching this video right now and they follow us. By only shifting their vitamin D levels to higher levels in their B12, they started to hit their milestones. I'm not saying that's the solution for autism, but it plays a massive role in every single condition. If you need vitamin D, you cannot be deficient in it. So that's number one, get your vitamin D in place. You cannot have a strong immune system with low vitamin D levels. Number two, sleep. How much more do we have to go on about sleep, 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 sleep? Everything that you're doing is useless if you do not sleep. Medical science shows us sleep deprivation, how they deactivate and lower your NK cells. Those are your N killer cells that have a direct job of killing viruses, killing proliferating cancer cells. So you're trying to do everything. You have a lot of money. You're flying around the world getting expensive spa treatments and chemotherapies and all of that, but you're not sleeping. Doesn't make sense. The best treatment in the world will fail if you cannot get your sleep right. So for your immune system, you need your sleep. You need exercise. But a big problem that we're seeing, either people are not exercising, they're sedentary, or they're overtraining. Today, exercise has become a joke. People think they got to punish their bodies with exercise. You got to understand that when you do that, you produce more lactic acid, more inflammation. If you do not have enough of rest and recovery, okay, that inflammation is going to hurt you. So yes, exercise is required for your immune system, not too much and not too little. The next thing that we need to do, yes, vitamin C and zinc are essential for an immune system to work, period. Now, whether you supplement, always first try to get it from your natural foods. Okay, we've done tons of videos on zinc and vitamin C and all the rich foods. Try to get it from there. But if you feel you've been exposed to a lot of people, you're in crowds and all of that stuff, or you feel that you're getting a cold, yes, you must supplement with zinc and vitamin C. So speak to your medical professional, your integrative specialist, and find out how much you need to take. But you need vitamin C and you need zinc. Now again, overdoing it on vitamin C and overdoing it on zinc is not going to get you any benefits. More doesn't mean better results. Remember that. You need the right amount of quantity for your body type, the food that you're eating, and everything else. People who eat great diets don't even need supplements. But if you're already sick, you have a compromised immune system, you're going to need it for sure. And then you have all your natural foods, your garlic, your ginger, the Indian garam masala. Why do I love that? Why do I call the Indian garam masala a superfood? Because it's got all the spices mixed in it, which are highly anti-inflammatory. They're antiseptic, they're antibacterial, they're antifungal. They are documented scientifically to boost the immune system and keep inflammation low. For all of my people across different countries who don't know what a garam masala is, it's nothing but a combination of the best spices. Turmeric, clove, ajwain, which is bishop's weed, then you have cumin, which is also known as jeera. All these spices taken together, and they're ground, and you make a nice little curry out of it, or you can saute your vegetables in it and stuff like that. So spices are fantastic for your immune system and keeping inflammation low. Now, of course, we got to use vitamin C, which is common sense. If spices don't suit you, don't do it. If you have ulcers and you've been restricted from spicy foods, don't do it. So make an informed decision. We have turmeric, we have raw honey. Raw honey is medicine, but you have half the world saying don't have honey, honey makes you fat. Honey doesn't make you fat, your poor lifestyle makes you fat. Raw honey has been used as a medicine for decades and decades across Chinese civilizations, Africa, South America, North America, the whole of the Far East and the Middle East, and including India. I don't know why we move away from these things. We think raw honey makes us fat. We don't see that sleep deprivation makes us fat. We don't see that inflammation makes us fat. Our bad habits, chronic stress, that makes us fat. A teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of raw honey a day, depending on your body type and size, is like medicine for your immune system. Never give it to kids under the age of 1 or 2. Remember that. Your cruciferous vegetables, powerful, powerful, powerful. You want to steam them lightly, boil them or cook them. Try not to eat them raw. In fact, you shouldn't eat them raw if you have thyroid function issues or if you have hormonal imbalance issues. So it's best to lightly steam them. Your broccoli, your kales, your cauliflower, your cabbage, your radish. All of these are great crucifers, which are great for the immune system. Your colored peppers, the green, yellow, red peppers, fantastic in salads. The Indian gooseberry, amla. All of the berry family, whether it's strawberries, blackberries, blueberries. In short, you want to make your plate look like a rainbow. The more colors you can add to your plate, the more nutritious it is. What's the next point? Oxygenate your cells. Trillions of cells need oxygen. How do you oxygenate your cells? Through exercise, your pranayama, your deep breathing. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes before you get to bed, 5 minutes in between your day if you can make that time. Constantly deep breathing, pranayama, oxygenate your cells for a stronger immune system. And finally, change the way you look at stress. Stress is the biggest contributor towards a low immune system. I'm talking about chronic stress, not day-to-day stress. Day-to-day stress is great for us. Chronic stress, chronic emotional stress, when you allow resentment, guilt, anger, all of these negative emotions to build in you, control your life, affect the way you eat, affect your sleep, and all of these things. How do we overcome that? With our meditation, our reflection, our silence, learning to accept, learning to let go, learning to forgive, learning the power of tolerance, prayer, deep prayer, laughter. What a powerful medicine. What a powerful medicine. In fact, tomorrow my small wins every day is going to be at least 5 minutes of laughter every single day. Watch some comedy, YouTube, whatever it is. But even if you got a fake laughter, fake it. But laughter is powerful for the immune system. Scientifically proven for the longest time, and we can use it. Spend a lot of time in nature. The closer you are to nature, if you live in a city, try to grow plants or flowers on your balcony, but be close to nature as far as you can. Try to get a sunset, try to get a sunrise. Very important for you. To build big muscle, but lean muscle. So for that, your training, your exercise, your weight training, your body weight training, your walking, all of that. The more lean muscle you have, the stronger your immune system. And finally, if you have a lifestyle disease like diabetes, thyroid, obesity-related issues, high blood pressure, work to start changing your lifestyle. If you can reverse your lifestyle disease, please do it, because that puts burden on your body already. And then you have the burden of a virus. You have the burden of a viral load. And that's what we've all seen through COVID. People with these lifestyle diseases tend to suffer more than people who don't have it. So 2022 is the year where if you have a disease, the first question should be, I don't want to have to live with this. 3 to 4 to 5% of the population has to live with something whether they like it or not. Genetically induced diseases. For everyone else, you can make it better. And you can work with your doctors to reduce your medication as you get better and better. And if you're on heavy medication, extremely important for you to understand that your primary and your secondary medications also have side effects that can compromise your immune function. So while you have to be on those medications, learn how to manage the side effects of those medications so that it makes it better for you. And then, of course, the basics. The more you smoke, the more you binge drink, the lower your immune system. This is how you activate your T cells. It's as simple as that. So while the world will keep throwing you new stuff, new viruses, new bacteria, the fundamental will never change, which is your immune system is the first and last line of defense in the human body. And this is all you gotta do. All you gotta do to activate the intelligence within you. And then you're sick, take the right medication, take honest medicine. In today's world, we need honest medication. We need honest treatment, where it's not just about treatment, and a business. It's about treatment with purpose, treatment with intention, treatment with lifestyle changes. Okay, because we all know right now that medicine can only treat the root cause, the symptom, only the symptom. If you only treat the symptom, you can never get better, which means you're on a lifetime of medicine. But if you treat the symptom and you address the root cause with your lifestyle changes, then you have a chance of complete recovery. Have a great week, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you. 2 years ago, we released the book. It's a free book on immunity. I'm going to put the link of the book. It's a free download. You can download that book and go through whatever catches your eye and see how you can make simple changes in your lifestyle to keep your immune army strong. Remember, everything around human health revolves around immunity and inflammation. And there are no quick fixes. You can eat all the immune boosting foods in the world. It's not going to work unless you get the other points right as well. So you see, everything is interdependent on one another. It's not just one thing. When it's one thing, you're trying to treat a symptom. Oh, let me have more garlic and feel better. Won't work. Won't work. You need garlic and everything else. Have a great day, everyone, and have a fantastic week ahead.